wanna change the world. I just want the perfect girl. I don't wanna hang around, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. Change the world, but I'm not gonna wait my turn. I don't ever want to come down, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. Freedom.
Let's go!
Misdirection, you know I'm through with you. Your hoops are my
Hello!
always jumping through. I'm so tangled. is caught in my reflection. Pay attention. You never will. Dude, how we doing? Let's go. It's Friday night. Oh! I will overanalyze and fall victims. But when I'm lowest, time to get to know myself. I'm still tangled. I'm not because I am caught up in this perfection. Pay attention. Yeah, you never will. Let's go. You always will. Not for the mess. I wonder if you ever did, yeah. I wonder if you ever did like I did. I wonder if you ever did, yeah. I wonder if you ever did like I did. Did Trump die? I don't think so. Dare to dream. We're all pulling for him to die. We're all fingers crossed. Let's go. Dude, the world will party. I want to be free. Let's go. Let's go. Yada. All right, let's go, baby. Let's go. Dude. And dude, nobody's looking at BTC and Pac-Man like fucking Tim Pool and Dave Rubin. Dude, that's ridiculous, right? I mean, dude, left-wing content creators taking money from left-wing people is not the same as taking money from fucking Russian oligarchs. Please, all right? Please. Dude, we know what this whole BTC David Pakman thing is. We know exactly what it is, right? What it is it's a bunch of Gaza-focused leftists that are implying that these people were paid to not talk about Gaza. And it's more of their attacks on the fucking right. That's why Taylor Lorenz and Ken Klippenstein are leading this. It's the same leftist Gaza shit. They're trying to make an implication that they were paid by like Israel to not talk about Gaza, but a lot of the content creators in that incubator are fucking very vocal against Israel and about the Gaza thing. It's the same bullshit. It's the same bullshit, dude, is what they're doing, right? They took money from a left-wing fucking... I have no problem with left-wing content creators taking money from left-wing fucking support. Why would we, right? Why would we have an issue with that? I do have a problem if they're taking that money from right wing, but I'm also done talking about it. And yeah, dude, like ภิėģer, Taylor Lorenz is funded. I'll be honest, guys, I'm actually a lot more sketchy about Taylor Lorenz knowing journalists are getting paid by like funds, right? Because the guy, ภิėģer, who's paying Taylor Lorenz, he's Iranian, right?
So, like, is he paying journalists to, like, focus and try to say the Democratic Party, right? I mean, dude, you could say the Iranian guy is trying to pay to stir up shit with fucking America. Dude, yeah, I think it's a non-issue, but Taylor Lorenz did block me when I called her out about that fucking, about the 1630. Dude, she blocked me. Dude, both of those guys support the Democratic Party, but I don't have an issue with that, guys. I don't hate the Democratic Party. So I am fine that some leftist content creators like toe the party line. I'm fine with that. I don't hate the people that toe the party line. And I mean, I get it if you do, but I don't. I like the Democratic Party, and I see the use in fucking the existence of the Democratic Party. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I don't love people in the center, but you know, the Democratic Party, there's a lot of levers of power there, dude. I don't hate the party. I don't. I hate MAGA, bro. I'm willing to make a coalition with the Democratic Party and with centrists and with far leftists. But this idea that people like are fighting their own party more than they're fighting MAGA is fucking stupid, right? You know what I mean? Dude, it's so dumb, bro. It is, bro. It's like this crazy, dude, it's just another, right? You know what I'm saying? Dude, yeah. And I mean, somebody today was like saying, you know, they like pointed to the website and they were like, the website says like, don't disclose, right? But it's not even that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you go to 𝗙𝗎𝗓𝗏, all right, if you go to the 𝗙𝗎𝗓𝗏 website, okay, look at this. You go to 𝗙𝗎𝗓𝗏 and there's a question and answer. Who funds it, right? Will I be publicly listed as a creator? And it says, no, you're not going to be listed. And we ask chorus members to refrain from discussing program details. Okay? Which is like, all right. But like, dude, you think this is the only thing in politics where they say don't discuss shit? Like, give me a break. Dude, every think tank has NDAs. This is all like standard thing. And I mean, how secret is it when it publicly on the website says this? You know what I mean? Like if this was really dirty secret, right? You would fucking, I don't feel like this would be on there. See, here's what's crazy though. You ready? Here's what's crazy is the whole time during the election, everybody on the left wing was saying, man, I wish we could compete with the right wing in the ecosphere. I wish we could compete with them. I wish we had a big media like thing like that where we could dominate the airwaves. And the minute they start something to dominate the airwaves, everybody's trying to destroy it. I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. But I will say this. Here, are you ready? Let's watch this video, okay? Because this video is pretty interesting. All right? You ready? I believe this guy is pretty interesting, dude. Hold on. Let's go in here. Ready? It's this guy. Oh, I thought I saved it. All right, hold on. I'll find it. Dude, so first off, guys, just so you know, independent, okay, means non-corporate, okay? Independent means non-corporate. It doesn't mean nonpartisan, okay? And like, you know what I'm saying? It means non-corporate. It doesn't mean nonpartisan. You know, there are a lot of independent media that's funded. It just means you're not part of a major conglomerate fucking multinational corporation. But again, guys, I fucking don't have an issue with this shit, right? I don't. You know what I'm saying? But I realize it's more of the Gaza left that is trying to make this an issue. right? And they're hoping if they make this an issue, they're trying to like change the Democratic policy on Israel. That's really all this is about. They're trying to bully like everybody in the party to like adopt whatever policy they want, which I don't even know what that is, right? I don't even know what it is really. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know what I'm saying? There's like, yeah, there's like a super, like there's a portion of the far left that the only issue that's important to them, I believe, is about the Democratic Party becoming anti-Israel completely and making the Gaza situation be like the forefront of their platform. There is a section of the American left, and if they don't get that, they're going to try to detonate the entire Democratic Party, right? And what's crazy though is like, I don't know, dude. What's crazy is we may end up with a fascist, like Christian fascist government as a result, you know, because they're not like, those people aren't running and winning elections on that platform, you know, and that's what's really hard. So the thing about this, Dutch, is my thing is obviously the genocide is fucking terrible. Okay, it is. It is. Like, nobody's going to deny that. And Netanyahu is a war criminal, and he's going to be emboldened by Donald Trump. But, like, detonating the Democratic Party is not going to fix it, guys. It's going to give away the West Bank. It's going to install right-wing fascism here in America. Detonating the Democratic Party is going to fucking destroy all of us, right? That's not the answer. The answer is to fucking form an unstoppable coalition, defeat the Republicans, and then create the policy you want. But if they try to do this and detonate the party before the elections and shit, it's going to fucking lose for everything. You know what I'm saying? And that's really the problem, is we're going to end up with a fascist government, and all of fucking the Middle East is going to end up being like bullied by Israel. And that's going to happen if the left and the center left don't unite and fucking win some elections. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And that's really the thing that's problematic is, you know, if there was no Republican Party, you know, maybe this would be a good fight, but it's not a good fight, guys. It's not a good fight. And what's crazy about it too is, here's what's crazy about it is I believe that there are governments in the Middle East, which like Qatar and Iran, and right, that are actually funding trying to create more of this like shit here in America. Like, they're trying to get the left and the center left to fight each other to destroy the Democratic Party. Because if Trump wins and installs a Republican Israel-based fucking government here, that is like hugely, that like fuels their fucking right, no peace, fuels their shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? And Trump is trying to play all sides of the conflict, right? So we're being played, man. They're fucking, you know, it sucks, dude. It fucking sucks, man. You know, it does. But yeah, my suggestion is to fucking, people on the left should stop fighting the Democratic Party. Okay? You should win the election, right? Take back the House, win the presidential election, and then fight your Democrats. You know what I'm saying? You won't vote for mass murderers? Well, that's okay. Then you can't really vote for anybody in America, right? Because America is mass murderers. So if you vote for anyone in the American government, you're voting for mass murderers, because we are, like we have been since our inception. Like, are you kidding me? The natives, the black people, the fucking, like, you know, the atomic bombs, like dozens of wars. Like, please, America, if you vote anywhere in America, you are like, you pay taxes here. You're voting for mass murderers. I wish it were that simple. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously. And if you feel that way, I hope you run for office, because here's the problem is if those leftists don't run for office, you're never getting rid of AIPAC. You're never getting rid of this shit. You're never going to convince the Democratic Party to fucking turn against, like, the entrenched part that's tied to AIPAC. You're never going to convince them to let that go. You have to run and win on your fucking anti-Israel platform and get in Congress. And if you're not willing to do that, then you really don't care any more about the genocide than anybody else does. That's my statement to you. If you're not out there running to get in there and change it, then you are being as performative as the other people, right? You're either going to get in there and fucking fight to change it, or what are you going to do? You're going to scream at the people who don't want to change it and tell them that they have to do your bidding? Like, no, you should be running for Congress if it's that important to you. And if you're not, you got to ask yourself, why not? Why do you say genocide's the most important thing to you, but it's not important enough for you to run for office to actually, like, bring that platform to the people? You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, man. I'm just saying, if that's really your most important issue, but you're not willing to get into the fray, like, how? How is that? You're right. You're going to demand everybody else do your bidding, but you won't get in there and fight for it. Like, I think that is fucking suspect, right? And again, though, we need people in Congress that believe that, right? If you don't get into Congress, you're not changing this shit. I'm just telling you, there's not going to be that many like anti-Israel fucking candidates in America. I mean, there's a handful, but I'm just saying America's kind of fucked up, bro. It's like we've always been tied to Israel. That doesn't mean we can't undo it, but we need the people who believe in this to be running, right? But what's crazy about it, though, is the people who believe in this shit also aren't willing to run and to go out there and get in the fray. And that's really heartbreaking. You know what I'm saying? That's really heartbreaking, because it's like, why aren't you running? If you really believe in that so strongly, and it's like, man, like if you're the type of person who says, I cannot in good conscience vote for anybody who fucking like won't disengage with Israel. If you really believe that, you need to be getting in Congress. We need you in Congress. And if you're not willing to go get in Congress, then what the fuck, bro? Like, you're our only chance. You know what I'm saying? That's just it. You know what I mean? Saying stuff is abhorrent doesn't mean you're a good politician. Dude, you don't have to be a good politician. If that thing is important to you, you just have to get in there and fucking, change the public, right? You're not going to change public perception unless you run, right? If 1,000 people ran on it, everybody would be exposed to it. But if everybody just talks about it and they don't fucking run, it's not going to change. I'm just being honest with you, telling you I want it to change, but like I'm telling you how it will change. And if you don't run for office on that shit, it will not change. And don't get mad at me when it doesn't change, because I told you how to change it. You need to fucking run for office. And if you're not willing to do that, then it's not going to change. So don't get mad when it doesn't change if you're not running for office. It's just hard when people are like, oh, I'm not going to run for office, but then I'm going to be all upset when nothing changes. You know what I mean? And like it's like literally you have to get involved, man. You have to get involved. And if you're not running for office, then you need to start a goddamn political fucking podcast where you're at least spending your time crafting the narrative. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I'm doing the podcast, okay? I'm spreading the information. Will I run for office? I might. I might, but I'm at least doing good in like putting honesty out there. I'm trying to encourage other people to run. But again, I don't hate the Democratic Party. And I don't walk around saying I will never vote for a Democrat because of the Middle East. I don't have that affliction. Okay. I mean, I'm, you know, I don't like what's going on in the Middle East, but I'm, you know, the Middle East is not my live and die issue. I'm much more focused about the shit that personally affects my life here at home and my kids' life here at home. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and I guess part of me is being 55. I've already sort of like resigned myself to the fact that America is like super genocidal. And I don't know, man, if I run for Congress and get in there, maybe I'll be able to change it. But I know that the only way I can change it is to get in there, you know, and I mean, that's factual, you know, that's just the way it is. But I don't want to talk about this anymore because it's a big black hole of people being like, I won't vote for anybody, but they're not willing to run. So it's a big black hole of people causing a huge rift and then not putting in the energy to actually change it. And so I feel like the energy is pretty self-destructive from a lot of the American left on this issue because they want to create the black hole of like, I'll never vote for anybody in the Democratic Party, but they won't actually do the work to changing it. So they're just going to fuck us and help the Republicans take over the country and shove Bibles up our asses. And Israel's going to blow the entire fucking Middle East to smithereens. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm moving on. All right, we're moving on. Sorry. Not my fucking bag of tea, boss. You know? You know what I'm saying? I like the Democratic Party. Okay? I realize it's not perfect. You know what I'm saying? I like the Democratic Party. And you know, I do. I've liked it. And if I run, I'm going to run as a Democrat. You know, they have a power apparatus that can be very useful. You know? but you know, I don't know, man. I just like, it's, you know, what are you going to do, boss? You know, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, I mean, for me, I felt a stake in politics because of the anti-LGBTQ sentiment and because of fucking, you know, like Donald Trump and shit running for office again. And what did I do? I gave up $10,000 a month as a gamer to start over as a political content creator to try and like influence minds and help make the world a better place. All right. And I'm telling you, you know, much like 𝗏𝗏𝗡, if you are extraordinarily in the pro-Palestine corner, we need you in Congress. And if you're not willing to get into Congress, then fuck, bro. Then I don't know. Then you're just not helping, right? You need to either get in Congress or you need to like get the airwaves and conquer the airwaves and convince other people like you to run for office because we need you. Okay, we do, dude. And like, I'm tired though of like many of those people being like, I have these very strong feelings that I will die on this hill, but they're not strong enough for them to actually run for office. And it's like, dude, that sucks because you don't even need to win. We just need thousands of people running. You know what I'm saying? How do you make $10K a month as a gamer? You just got to get famous, right? That's how. Right? Dude, I just got famous. I was playing at the right time, right? I was the first old guy playing professional Fortnite, and then I blew up because I did something really stupid in a tournament that I didn't think was a big deal, but the whole world thought it was like the funniest shit ever. So, and I was like on the early part of TikTok. It'd be a lot harder now, I think. But for me, it was just timing. In 2020, the pandemic happened. And I was the only old guy playing Fortnite, and I was really good at TikTok. And so I got my TikTok to blow up. So I ended up getting famous like pretty quick. It's timing. You know, You know, it was very different though. Like, I like what I'm doing on YouTube now better because I'm doing it slow and building a community like little by little. It's going to take many more years, right? But yeah, dude, Democrats would be preventing a famine in Gaza. I think they would. Like, Kamala Harris would have been immeasurably better in the Middle East. She hated Benjamin Netanyahu. Donald Trump, Netanyahu's like practically in his family. Like, they're going to fuck like the Middle East up, like brutal. Republicans, if you let Republicans in office, you're basically giving Israel like an unlimited license to fucking kill. You know what I mean? That's just factual, right? You know, it sucks. I mean, they're very emphatic about that. Except Marjorie Taylor Greene, dude. She's pretty crazy. Oh, dude. Dude, you gotta fucking, right? I mean, guys, I'm telling you, if you want to detangle the US from Israel, it's gonna take a generation, and we need a bunch of young people in Congress. And we really do, right? If you don't, it's like, it's not going to happen. Dude, let's go, Dr. Jones. Yeah, man. Like, Twitch banned me, so I quit, right? I was like, fuck it. Because, I mean, the thing about Twitch is you don't really grow on Twitch. You grow outside and you bring your audience to Twitch. So after they banned me, I got in a fight with the fucking CEO, with Dan Clancy, about their political advertising. And then he, like, shortly after that, I got banned. And so I was like, fuck these guys. And dude, it was the best move I ever made coming here. Yeah, dude, it's been amazing, dude. Like, my YouTube has gotten way better. Guys, I just want you to know that, like, I think detangling from Israel can happen, but not with the current people in government. Okay, it's just not with the current people in government. Like, we really need to get young people that are pro-Palestine in Congress, because what you guys don't realize is the Democrats don't care if they, like, the Democratic Party, the corporate Democrats, they don't care if they lose every election, because if Trump and the Republicans go in there and create absolute fascism, the corporate Democrats are fine with that. They're going to fucking be totally okay with that. They're going to be unscathed. They're going to be rich as fuck. And the worse it gets, the more money they'll probably rake in with people trying to fight it. So the only way you can fight it is by getting in there. You got to get in there. You got to run and get close enough to getting in there that they get fucking scared, right? If you don't win in, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, well, Groove, I mean, dude, the U.S. has been an ally with Israel for 70 years, guys. I mean, you don't get it. Or maybe you do, or maybe you don't. But the U.S. has been at war with every country in the Middle East except Saudi Arabia. And Saudi Arabia has basically been the U.S.'s friend to make sure nobody in the Middle East fucks with them, okay? And they've been our friend, buying a bunch of shit and sharing intelligence. And so Israel is like our army that fucking beats up on the Muslims all fucking year after year, okay? The U.S. benefits from this. They benefit with oil. They benefit with, the, like, you know, entrenched Christianity. They benefit by Islamophobia, keeping the people here fucking, you know, like in line, taking their belts off at the airport. You know, they think they're bringing Christ back. And so they're all in, all those Christians in government. And man, they will burn down their whole goddamn building, and they ain't never going to change. So you do need to get in there and run for office. You know what I'm saying? And dude, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's the entrenchment goes deep. And maybe 50 years from now, when a bunch of those older Christians are dead, maybe things will be different, but not if the government is all Republicans, right? If the Republicans have 300 house seats because no leftists are running, and so all the House is like these crazy evangelical Republicans, you know what I mean? It's like, you got to get in there. We need you in Congress, like badly, dude. You know what I'm saying? We like, and fuck, dude, it's crazy. You can't boil not running for office down to you're a fraud and don't really care. Yeah, that's not what I'm saying, Robin. I'm not saying that like you don't care, okay? I'm just saying that like because what's happening, Robin, is people are like threatening to destroy the only party that we've got that's not the Republicans. And they're saying, we're going to destroy that party, right? We're willing to destroy the party instead of running. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you don't want to destroy the Democratic Party and you'll keep voting for the party, then fine. Have your feelings about the situation and keep voting. But if you're going to deny your vote and no longer support the only party we have to defend against fascism here at home, and you're not willing to run for office, then what are you doing that's productive? You know what I'm saying? You're just not doing anything productive then, okay? You're going to destroy the only defense we have, and you're not going to be part of the solution? So then what are you doing? You're just actively like writing a check for the Republicans to shove Bibles up our ass. So like, I don't care if people like decide they're not going to run for office. That's fine. Don't run for office and have strong feelings about the Middle East. But when you start self-destructing my political party over this, that the party that you say is yours too, but you're going to now self-destruct my party and help enable fascism here and not help over there at all. And then you're going to yell at me because I won't join you in doing that. It's like, fuck that. You know, I mean, if it meant that much to me, I would run for Congress, right? But I don't know. I don't hate the Democratic Party. I don't have a problem voting for Democrats. You know, that's like, I have other issues to me that are more important. And I know that sounds terrible because it's horrible what's going on over there. And people are like, how can you let people die over there and like say that's not the most important issue to you? But like, man, I mean, the Middle East is not the only place where people are fucking dying because of like horrible regimes. You know what I mean? Capitalism is fucking killing us all, you know? You know what I'm saying? Like, it sucks, bro. And I don't know what to do. I can't stop all the death. You know what I'm saying? And neither can you. Like, and unless we get into like Congress, we can't really do much at all. You know? You know what I'm saying? Dude, it sucks, bro. Dude, what Republican got charged with SA? But yeah, I'm out though. I'm done with that. I get exhausted even talking about this. It's just an endless black hole. You know, it is. Dude, you're running for your district? Good for you. Yeah, it's an endless black hole, man. You know, and that's not my battle. My battle here is American fascism, okay? Anything outside of America, I am fucking unplugged from, and I'm sorry. I don't, you know, that may make me a horrible person, but it is who I am, right? You know what I'm saying? And like, I'm worried about capitalism killing me, okay? And killing my kid, right? And so I'm gonna fight for my family here in America. And I feel okay with that. I feel comfortable with that. You know what I'm saying? And you're allowed to fight your battles, but understand, like, your battles are not my battles. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Dude, yeah, I know. It's like fucking A, bro. Fucking A, baby. Dude, let's go. Let's go. Dude, it's still evil? Well, I mean, inherently, you know, the capitalism is evil, guys. That's just it. You know, I mean, it's heartbreaking, but I feel like, unfortunately, the sad reality is is as long as there's capitalism, we are all complicit in evil, murder, homelessness, crushing the souls of people that, right? I mean, literally every time I shop on Amazon.com, I am like killing another human being, dude. You know what I mean? It's like all of capitalism is just evil, bro. It just is, dude. Dude, I mean, it's hard in Oregon. All the native population here are on reservations and they're stuffed into casinos and shit. And so I see the results of the American genocide here every day. Like, you live it. If you live in a place where there's a native population, right? If you live in Oregon, you live in Washington, right? You live in New Mexico, you live in Oklahoma, you live in these states that have really big native populations, you see the results of our genocide. Like, America is still committing, a spiritual genocide here in the country. It's like, we haven't stopped, bro. It's like America equals genocide. That's literally all we are at this point. It sucks, bro. It sucks. Dude, it sucks. Yeah, no, I know, Shiloh, absolutely. You're like just trying to not get arrested, All right. You guys ready, though? Let's go. I appreciate you, though, but I'm telling you right now, guys, any of you guys, if you are like pro-Palestine and you want to change that shit, you run for Congress, I will donate to your campaign. Every last one of you, because we need you in Congress. So please think about it. Think about getting into Congress or at least running for your state house so you can start like divesting state by state. I will support you, though. I will talk about you on the fucking air. I'll bring you on here and we can talk about your shit. I'll give you the airwaves, right? You know what I'm saying? I will support you. All right, let's go. Let's fucking go, dude. Yeah, Trump is fucked up. I hope he's dead. I don't think he is, but can I just say, though, guys? Can I just say what's going on? You know what's going on with YouTube, guys? So can I just tell you in regards to Donald Trump and the Epstein files, there's some shit playing out with YouTube, okay? There is shit playing out with YouTube, guys, where when I make a video about Donald Trump and the Epstein scenario, it goes into an extra review thing, and it says it's going to take 24 hours, and then a lot of times it makes me have to request a person to review it, so I have no control. I didn't get to put out my second video today. It's literally sitting there like, because I can't release it because YouTube is making it very hard to release material about Trump and Epstein without them like looking at it first. They're already like in the last 3 months, there's like fascism injecting into like what you're putting out. And ChatGPT is the same thing, dude. Like, I'm all the time, ChatGPT is like putting up guardrails and saying, oh, I can't answer that question or something. Yeah, man, they're fucking big brothers watching. All right, you want dance party goal? Let's go. Dude, let's go. 10 super chats, baby. Let's go. 45 minutes? No, we'll go 1 hour. All right, all right. Let's go, baby. Let's go. There it is. All right. Dude, let's go, dude. Yeah, no. This shit is crazy, bro. My shit is getting stifled, man. Like, I'm waiting on something to be checked. The video's under review. And so then I don't know. It could be an hour. It could be 10 hours. It could be 2 days, right? The last time it did that where it made it go under review, it was 2 days. Okay? You don't use LLMs like ChatGPT? Yeah. So I don't share with any fucking, I don't like get personal or anything with ChatGPT. The only thing I do, dude, 𝗙cie, let's go, baby. The only thing I do with it is I use it to sort of brainstorm YouTube titles and to look at YouTube data and to look at my YouTube thumbnails. You know what I'm saying? But yes, no, I saw that, Chloe. Yeah. All right. Yeah, you ready, guys? You ready? Let's fucking go, dude. Yeah, well, so YouTube, though, even with YouTube being careful, I feel like YouTube right now is the most lenient of the platforms. Like TikTok, oh my God, dude, TikTok, I put up a Trump video and it took a week before that shit would get approved, right? I mean, I know with this one, I think it's because the title, I put Predator Trump in the title. And so I think that's what's setting it off. But yeah, TikTok held a video about Trump and his daughter for a week before it reviewed it. Yeah, a full 8 days, man. It's crazy. Dude, crazy. Yeah, TikTok is fucking, I don't even really use it because it's gone so far downhill, like moderation wise. Dude. But yeah, man. Dude. All right. But I'm all in on fucking YouTube. I'm keeping an eye on this video though. So I only got one major video done today because the other one got fucking held, bro. Right? Fucking brutal, dude. Brutal. Trump was seen 2 days ago. Yeah, so first thing, let's look. The first thing we're going to look at, all right? First thing we're going to look at is we're going to look at Garcia on Chris Hayes, okay? I don't know if you guys saw this, but Congressman Garcia went on Chris Hayes tonight, and he said something very interesting, right? Let's see. I may have to find the clips on Twitter. No, this is today. All right, let's go.
Good evening from New York.
Let's go. Let me find it here. Oh, here we go. It's the end of Chris Hayes. All right. Oh, shit. So, yeah. So the thing about Trump, and we're going to talk about Trump in a minute. So Trump being out, right? Trump being out. Dude, hold on. I think we have somebody who's being a clown show. Hold on. Right? Dude, yeah, I don't know what this person's doing, but they're being kind of a weirdo and being fucking disruptive. Sorry, buddy. I don't really like your fucking energy, boss. So I'm putting your energy out into the nether region. All right? Bye-bye. Bye-bye. All right? Dude, sorry. Dude, I don't really do the fucking vibey weirdness, right? Wasn't you? No, it's not going to be you, boss. Right? So yeah. So here's the thing. Okay. The thing about Trump that I'll say, we're going to get into it in a little bit. Okay. We're going to get into it. But obviously, him disappearing, he's off the schedule all weekend. He has nothing scheduled for the weekend. Now, I'm telling you guys, if we don't see him golfing tomorrow and Sunday, we know something is up. Okay. If he's not golfing tomorrow and Sunday and doing his usual fucking hand jive, soak up the energy at his golf club, something is fucking up. Whether he had a stroke or he's like suffering from edema, he has disappeared for a couple days and he's off the schedule, nothing all weekend. Okay, now, again, I wouldn't normally make the fucking hugest issue about this president disappearing for a few days, except for the fact that Trump has looked like shit. The guy has looked like he's near death. He's been dementiaed as all get out, okay? And he's constantly, him and his entire MAGA shithead crew have been like laser focused on Biden for years. like finger wagging and pointing and obsessing. And I'll be honest, I hope he's dead, okay? I do, I admit it. I don't know if that makes me a bad person, but when that motherfucker, like, is in the pine box, I'm gonna fucking tap dance. Dude, I'm gonna go buy a gun or something. I'm gonna do something crazy, take shooting lessons, or you know what I'm saying? I am going to, I don't know, go have some gay sex, something, dude. I'm gonna do something to celebrate. Right? I don't know what it is. Dude, I don't know. Maybe I'll go have some gay sex. I've never had gay sex, but I might go have some. Just fucking because, right? In honor of fucking Trumpy. Dude, let's go. Oh, shit. Right? You like that? That would be something spectacular, bro. Oh, dude, I'll call Benny Johnson up and be like, you ready, buddy? You ready to get ridden? I'm gonna turn you straight, Benny. Oh shit. Dude, oh fuck. Dude, like, I think that's so funny. Dude, Shiloh's trying to get in on the action. Oh, love it. Love it. Oh shit. Dude, I love saying that shit because it just, you know, if there's any Republicans watching, they're like, their skin is crawling, dude. Let's go. Joking, of course. No, me and Jenny are in a committed relationship. There's going to be no gay sex for me, but I'll talk about having gay sex to celebrate Donald Trump's death. But no, dude, I like, seriously, if he was done, like, dude, we'd be partying. We would be partying, right? We would be partying. Oh, shit. All right, but let's watch this, though, guys, because Robert Garcia, okay, Robert Garcia is about to drop a fucking bombshell, okay, guys, because you remember, do you guys remember, you remember the book? Remember the birthday book with Ghislaine Maxwell, where she got everybody to write a page and draw some pictures? And Trump drew some pictures, right? The birthday book, remember that? With the pictures and like signed with Jeffrey, oh Jeffrey, the little poem or whatever that Trump wrote. Dude, they're getting the book. They're getting the book from the Epstein estate. The book that all the right-wingers said didn't exist, right? The birthday book. They're getting it. They're getting it, right? Oh, isn't that interesting? This thing that didn't exist, that didn't have Trump's signature and wasn't made by him. Oh.
We do what we can.
Again.
All right.
We'll be right back.
Yeah, let's go, baby.
Congressman Robert Garcia, Democrat of California, is the ranking member of the Oversight Committee, and he joins me now to discuss the breaking news that we just got, that a federal appeals court has struck down what would be hundreds of billions of dollars of tariffs that have been levied against almost every nation on earth indefinitely. Congressman, your reaction to this major ruling?
Look, this is actually a great day for American business, small business owners, for workers. What we were really talking about was a massive tax increase. As we
see, one thing I want to point out is can we just go to Truth Social for a sec? Because he's going to go into the Epstein thing here in a sec. But watch this, guys, okay? Because we know we have Donald Trump here, right? Okay, we know we have Donald Trump, but what did he post? He posted one thing about the tariffs 9 hours ago, guys. One post, okay? Now, with the tariffs, right, guys? With the tariffs being blown up, a judge blew up the tariffs. That is Trump's entire economic plan. That's the cornerstone of his entire power. They blew it up. Trump only tweeted once, guys. He's fucking sick, bro. He is like incapacitated. He would have tweeted about this 30 fucking times if he was feeling well. Think about that, guys. They just axed his tariffs. He would have a tweet and it would escalate. And after like 10 hours, he would be like screaming at everybody, right? You know what I'm saying? It's like one tweet 9 hours ago that basically said something about all the tariffs are still in effect. Bro, there's no way. That is not Trump's style. He starts off angry, and then he gets angrier, and then he gets angrier, and then pretty soon he's like flailing at everybody. But he would have tweeted at least a dozen times. Okay? Right? You know what I mean? Now, this is like one giant tweet 9 hours ago, which is like 3 in the afternoon, and then we haven't heard peep from him all day. Okay? Where's the all caps? I mean, I think Gavin Newsom kind of ruined the caps for him. You notice he sort of removed a lot of the caps because of, I believe, of Gavin Newsom, that he can't do the caps anymore. Because, right? But this, guys, is really crazy because there have been nothing but all he did today were a couple of fucking, right? There was one tweet about Missouri. Okay, there were a couple of retweets, okay, and then one fucking tweet about the tariffs saying they're in effect. This is weird, guys. This is as strange as him being gone for 2 days. Because I'm telling you, he would be fuming, okay, if he was like, okay, he would be fuming. He would be going off on the judge. Activist judge. He'd be saying something like Obama judge, who appointed this guy? This guy is terrible. He'd be like railing at like the Democrats for this, that, and the other, that they're celebrating the tariffs. He would be attacking Gavin Newsom for sure, right? He would just be like going to town. And what does he say here? He says all tariffs are still in effect. Today, a highly partisan appeals court? Dude, that's not his voice. Activist judges is Trump's voice. A highly partisan appeals court incorrectly said that our tariffs should be removed, but they know the United States of America will win in the end. If these tariffs ever went away, it would be a total disaster for the country. It would make us financially weak, and we have to be strong. The USA will no longer tolerate enormous trade deficits and unfair tariffs and non-tariff trade barriers imposed by other countries, friend or foe, word salad, that undermine our manufacturers, farmers, and everyone else. Dude, this is not him. If allowed to stand, this decision would literally destroy the United States of America. Dude, it's not all fucking, it's not like written like a third grader, okay? Like a crying toddler. At the start of this Labor Day weekend, we should all remember that tariffs are the best tool to help our workers and support companies that produce great made in America products. For many years, tariffs were allowed to be used against us by our uncaring and unwise politicians. He doesn't even name like Obama and Biden. Now, with the help of the United States Supreme Court, we will use them to the benefit of our nation and make America rich, strong, and powerful again. Dude, thank you for your attention to this matter. Dude, this is not him, guys. That was not him on having his fucking, his main political stay fucking like ripped out from under him by an activist judge, likely appointed by somebody he hates, and he didn't personally attack, and he didn't escalate, he didn't fume, he didn't like have his rage increase as time went on, where every tweet you can tell he's getting more mad and there's more caps. Dude, this is like, man, no way, bro. No fucking way, dude. I think he's dead. Or if he's not dead, he is like fucking zonked, bro. And will he be golfing tomorrow? Okay, will he be golfing tomorrow? That's going to be a big tell. Dude, nobody's seen him, dude. Look at this shit, bro. Look at this shit. Look at what Rupar said. Right? Here's what he said. He said, ready? He said, where is it? Trump has not been seen publicly since his cabinet meeting on Tuesday, guys. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. 3 days. Okay? He has no scheduled events all weekend. No public events scheduled all weekend. Okay? He wasn't seen today. He wasn't seen yesterday. They haven't fucking seen him since Tuesday's cabinet meeting. Okay? He may have had a stroke. He may have stroked out. Okay? He something's up, right? And then 𝗍𝗏 said he needs to post an unhinged, hateful, all-cap screed as proof of life. Dude. Oh my God, bro. Dude, time to buy an ice cream cake. Dude, all I can say is if something happened to him, bro, we be dancing. Woo. Let's go, Trumpy. Get it. Get that booty. Dude, screed needs to post an unhinged, hateful, all-cap screed as proof of life. Dude, it's wild, bro. It is wild. Sums up, man. I'm telling you right now, I don't know what is up, and I don't know, right? I mean, he's probably not dead, but I think he's incapacitated in some way. He is, guys. He is incapacitated in some way, shape, or form, man. He is, dude. Something definitely fucking went on, bro. Right? Some definitely went on. Right? I mean, it's been since Tuesday. Right? At least brain dead. Dude, sums up. All right, you ready? Because today, though, guys, the tariffs, like those getting flipped by that judge, that is crushing. Like his entire economic plan just got ground to a halt. Okay, just ground to a halt. I mean, it was a shit economic plan, but it was like ground to a fucking standstill now.
We know on small businesses across the country. I represent the Port of Long Beach. It's the second largest seaport in the United States. And the tariffs were causing major harm to trade and to the economy across the country. And so
let me just tell you, just so far, we have not experienced the real bad of the tariffs, but can I tell you what they've done so far? So many businesses have started firing people and cutting back, okay? Countries all over the world have stopped shipping packages to us. Small businesses have been going out of business, filing for bankruptcy. Other like businesses have been slowly jacking up prices. And the thing about this, guys, okay? Oh shit. Sorry. Thank you. I was still on edit mode. My bad. And the thing about this, guys, the thing about the tariffs is it affects made in America too. I mean, you see these MAGA shitheads, if you get online, they'll tell you tariffs aren't tax and we'll buy American and then we'll avoid the tariff. And it's like, no, you won't. Because you know what happens? Every American made item in America is using like resources or raw materials from out of the country. Okay? That's the problem. Even the American made goods are using batteries or electronics or plastic parts or fucking machinery that comes from out of the country. There is nothing that is made and sourced and from start to finish here in America. There's like nothing that is like that. You know what I'm saying? It's assembled in America. Yes, that's exactly what really goes on. But things are assembled here, but all the raw materials come from all over the globe, man. So even if you have a plant, a factory making shit here in America, they're buying parts from overseas. They're using electronics or what have you from overseas, and all of it is being affected. You know, I mean, it's literally those mass tariffs like that, willy-nilly, and not even with any rhyme or reason, right? It's not like the Trump tariffs were well thought out and were created with some like game plan in mind. They were all just random. Anybody who doesn't like 50%, 100%, 70%, right? None of it was like sculpted for a purpose. It was just a fucking power mongering, fucking old brain dead guy deciding willy-nilly and then changing it 3 or 4 times. You know, so I mean, so that shit though getting frozen is like maybe putting off the pain for a little bit, you know, putting off the pain for a little bit.
This is a great ruling by the court. Of course, Donald Trump is already overreacting, saying this is going to somehow be the destruction of the United States. I mean, I'm not sure if he's aware he's trying to do that all on his own. I mean, he's trying to destroy the country and the economy by his actions. And so this is a very good ruling. Very hopeful. I never try to put too much stock into what the Supreme Court will eventually do, but a really good day actually for the economy and for workers.
You know,
yeah, because the Supreme Court, by the time it gets there, they're probably going to fuck us in some way, shape, or form. You know what I mean?
One of the things that's been so striking about this is that, you know, the tariff authority is explicitly given to Congress in the Constitution.
Yeah, see, that's just it. Right? And I mean, that's why to understand the ruling is because of that. Like, Congress is, if any tariffs that do get set by Congress. Everything related to fiscal money managing shit is done by Congress. All the appropriations, all the fucking tariffs. Trump is like unilaterally stamping this shit, and Congress is just, you know, putting their tail between their legs and letting him do it. But like, dude, you can't do that, right? You can't just fucking, right? I mean, they're trying to, but like, dude.
The tariff authority is explicitly given to Congress in the Constitution. It contemplates this. This is not some like, you know, it's not one of these questions that comes before a court, which is like, what did the founders think about AI? Like, we know what they thought about tariffs.
Yes.
It was very front of mind. They were very explicit. This is a congressional prerogative. Your colleagues don't seem to care much one way or the other about the fact that this power, which should be theirs, specifically the House majority, and Mike Johnson and his caucus, it should be theirs. They can pass things on party line votes, and has been taken away from them.
I mean, the House majority and Mike Johnson could care less about their own principles or constituents. What they care about is doing whatever Donald Trump tells them to do. I mean, they could care less about their own power, the separation of powers, legislative authority. They are there to please Donald Trump and to do whatever he tells them to do. And so whether it's issues around tariffs, whether it's giving up their own authority over checks and balances, or certainly around the budget, it's just another example of them bending the knee to whatever Donald Trump wants him to do. But this decision is a very good sign that the courts continue to push back on some of the worst that Donald Trump is trying to do.
It's true. It's true, guys. I mean, like, I hate to say this because, you know, obviously I want to see some crazy shit, right? Like, you know what I want to see, guys? Can I show you what I want to see? We're going to pause here. I want to see something a little more dramatic like this, okay? Like the blue states actively discussing a soft secession and ceasing the financial payments from their businesses for tax withholding, right? Instead of sending the taxes withheld to the government saying, you know what? We're withholding all our money from the federal government. I want to see this shit. I want to see like, let's fucking string them up and wring them out to dry, right? Okay? Because I'm a confrontational motherfucker, and so I want to see that. However, I'm really glad that the courts are doing what they're doing, right? The courts have been holding pretty solid. And not just like left-wing judges, but a lot of like right-wing judges, George Bush appointees, have been towing the line. They've been holding solid to respecting the Constitution and not, for the most part, letting Trump get away with these power plays. And so I've been pretty happy with the way the courts have been, and Trump has been pretty reluctant to just blatantly like blow through these court rulings. He's cut corners here and there to sort of be defiant, but for the most part, He has not at all been blatant, like I'm just going to mow it over like, you know, Bukele did down in fucking El Salvador, because Trump is he's a scaredy cat, okay? He doesn't really have the stones, I don't think, for that. And he's like too old. If he was 50, maybe we'd be in trouble. But I really do want to see this shit, right? I do want to see a little bit of this. A little bit of us, like somebody said, defund the red states. I'm down with it, dude. Dude, if the blue states withhold the money, this entire shit stops. ICE stops, okay? All this fucking redistricting, all this shit stops, man, if they withhold the money, because that Texas and Florida and Ohio cannot afford to pay for all this shit, guys. There's no fucking way, bro. Dude, Florida is like on the brink. 1 or 2 more hurricanes, dude, and Florida is going to be done for, boss. They are, you know what I'm saying? Dude, even Texas is a taker state. Texas is 70 billion shy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Texas is. California pays for fucking Texas, bro. You know what I mean? Concerned? Yeah, no, I know, Breezy. I mean, there would be collateral damage, absolutely, of doing that, but it would definitely get the attention of the federal government.
And as it relates to tariffs, I mean, this has been the most chaotic economic trade policy we've ever seen an American president actually have. He's changed his tariff policy over 100 times. Countries that are our allies around the world have no idea what's going on. It's one tariff policy one day, it's different the next. And so I'm glad that the court stepped in. And of course, I think all of us are going to watch what happens in the Supreme Court.
Well, one of the big funding fights that is about to be teed up, I mean, you already have, if I'm not mistaken, I think there's basically hundreds of billions of dollars that have been appropriated and not spent. They're now saying that they are just going to essentially kind of requisition $5 billion of authorized congressional funding. This is Russ Vought at the Office of Management and Budget, to kind of tee up a constitutional question before the court, which is they say the president gets to unilaterally decide how much of the money that you and Congress appropriate they get to spend.
Yeah, see, that's bullshit. They're trying that impoundment shit where basically, you know, Congress makes the budget and then the executive branch is supposed to execute the budget that Congress makes. But now Trump wants to say, you know what? I get that you made this budget, but you had 500 billion for SNAP. We're going to pay 100 billion for SNAP. And we're going to take the other 400 billion and we're going to put it into ICE. Like, that's what they want to do. They want to be able to move that money as Trump sees fit, which is insane, bro. It would completely make Congress like non-existent. You know what I mean? Non-fucking existent.
I mean, we are going to fight like damn hell on this one. Give me a break. We're going to appropriate funds for programs, and now Donald Trump gets to pick and choose what he actually funds, and then somehow take whatever is not spent and then give it back, spend it on different programs. That's not the way the budgeting process works in this country, and it's certainly not the way the founders had set this up as it relates to separation of powers. And so I cannot believe that Mike Johnson and Republicans are going to allow the president of the United States now to essentially control the power of Congress as it relates to budgeting. And so this is gearing up for a major fight in the Congress. Democrats, and I've already been talking to a few, in no scenario should we give a freaking inch to Donald Trump and Republicans on this issue.
See, why would the Republicans do that, guys? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are they getting out of the deal? Like, why would they just bend over like that and say, you know what? All right, we're giving all our power up and we're going to let Trump just take all this power. No, honestly, though, when I rack my head about it, it's like, unless he has some information on them, what are they getting out of it? You know what I mean? What are they getting out of it? Their constituents hate them. They're fucking right. I mean, you know, I'm trying to figure out, why do they bend before him? You know what I mean? I mean, it's possible that they enjoy the retribution, and by them not doing anything, it's not them, that perhaps they're using Trump the way America uses Israel in the Middle East, where they're letting Trump just be their bully and their fucking destroyer, their wrecking ball, and they get to just sit back and not take the blame for all that damage. But I still, though, I can't figure out why, like, does he have something on a bunch of them? You know what I'm saying? Is this tied to Epstein? Are there like 20 or 30 super powerful members of Congress that are just, there's videotapes of these guys or some shit? Is right? You know what I'm saying? Like there's some going on, you know? It's really something is fucking going on here, bro. Where it doesn't make sense to me, because a lot of those guys in Congress, they have huge egos, especially the senators, man. They have massive egos. They have fucking things they're trying to accomplish. But what are they getting out of this shit? I don't understand what they're getting, man. You know what I'm saying? That is like super fucking confusing to me. It is, dude. I really don't know what they're fucking scoring out of the deal, man.
We appropriate the funds in Congress. The fact that he wants to just change this completely as a matter of precedent is crazy. And so we've got to be very clear, and we've got to be tough. As this budget negotiation, as we all know, ends in these next 30 days, we've got to stand tall and tough.
Final question for you. I think the strategy to get through the Epstein mess, the Epstein files, which it's been reported Donald Trump is in, that his Department of Justice did not want to release, that the Congress did not want to vote on, their House Republicans, Mike Johnson sent everyone home early, that by sending everyone home early, everyone would forget about it. You'll come back in the fall and people will say, Jeffrey Epstein who? Do you think that's going to work?
Absolutely not. This upcoming week, we have actually many of the victims of Jeffrey Epstein coming to Capitol Hill. We're meeting with them. They're talking to lawmakers. We're going to highlight their stories. We've got to center these victims. And I'll just say one other.
Dude, that's huge right there. Do you see that? A bunch of victims are, it's not going to be public, okay? But a bunch of victims are going before Congress and they're sharing their stories and they're sharing their information. The victims are in the room. That is a huge step, huge start, right? Maybe we'll expand that, get wider. Of course, on September 3rd, they're having the We Are Not a Hoax press conference. That is Cenk-Ana and Thomas Massie and a whole bunch of victims. There are some victims that are coming that have never spoken up before. It's brand new, but this isn't even Grumpy. What he's talking about isn't even on the September 3rd. It's actually they're going to be in Congress, okay? The press conference is going to be public on the 3rd, but they're bringing the victims to Congress to speak to the Oversight Committee. And yeah, it will be recorded. I don't know if it's going to be recorded on video, but there's certainly going to be recordings and transcripts and shit. But there are new victims coming forward, guys. There are new victims coming forward, and it's going to be a big deal. It is going to be a big deal. Yeah, no, I know the We Are Not a Hoax is great branding. I used that on one of my thumbnails, right? On this one, I used their fucking, this one right here. I used their imagery there. The We Are Not a Hoax. It's a really powerful flyer, dude. That one, that flyer with those fucking 8 women. Of course, Virginia's not going to be there, but the rest of these, Courtney Wild and the rest of them are going to be there. And there's going to be some that nobody's fucking heard from. Okay. There's going to be some people that nobody's heard from before that are coming forward. I really think these victims are realizing it's now or never, man. It is now or never. Like, the door is open for the flood to come through. And if they don't come through now, right, there's just not gonna, it's just not gonna happen. Let's go. 6, we appreciate you. All right, guys, we have 24 minutes, 6 more for a dance party. Let's make it happen. Let's listen to what Robert Garcia is about to say here, because this is a big deal. Ready?
Piece of news that actually just developed in the last couple hours is we finally got word from the Epstein estate. They're going to be providing the actual Epstein book, that famous book where that note that Donald Trump drew and doodled to Jeffrey Epstein, his so-called...
Did you hear that? That is big, guys. One more time, listen to this piece of information.
We're meeting with them. They're talking to lawmakers. We're going to highlight their stories. We've got to center these victims. And I'll just say one other piece of news that actually just developed in the last couple hours is we finally got word from the Epstein estate. They're going to be providing the actual Epstein book, that famous book where that note that Donald Trump drew and doodled to Jeffrey Epstein, his so-called best friend of 10 to 15 years. The Epstein estate is actually going to now get us that book and a bunch of other documents that they have.
The Epstein estate is giving them the book. Remember they said the book doesn't exist. They said the book doesn't exist. The book, we never drew a picture. Trump doesn't doodle. This thing doesn't even exist. You're making it up. We're going to sue the Wall Street Journal. The Wall Street Journal said, hey, we stand by our reporting. They're getting the fucking book, bro. From the Epstein estate. Dude, I mean, maybe that's why Trump has been gone since Tuesday. Maybe he is just shitting somewhere. Dude, he is in deep shit, bro. That book is fucking showing up. And now that the Epstein estate is getting involved, guys, the Epstein estate is like, it's in the Virgin Islands, guys. There's a whole board of directors there. Okay. And now if you guys are wondering, part of the reason why the Epstein estate exists is for the victims. They manage a monetary fund that pays out victims that come forward. So there is an ulterior motive with this estate to provide resources to all the people who've been victimized. But they have a bunch of information. We don't even know what they all have. But the fact that they're starting to turn this shit over is a real big problem for Donald fucking Trump. Okay? It's a real fucking problem for him. It is, I'm telling you, this is not going to work out well for him, guys. I know he thought he was going to make this go away. They had Ghislaine Maxwell come out and tell a touching, moving story about how she doesn't fucking remember anything, never saw anything inappropriate. But, dude, there's not a rug big enough for these dumb motherfuckers to sweep this shit under. This shit is coming out. And me and, 1,000 other content creators are making sure this shit comes out. Okay? This is going to be huge. Dude, Gen X, let's go. Let's boogie. Let's go, baby. Dude. Oh, shit. Here we go.
That's actually not been reported yet, reporting it here for the first time. We're going to get those documents, as we understand it now, on September the 8th. And so that will continue our investigation. And again, we ask the question, where are the rest of the documents? What is Pam Bondi hiding? What is Donald Trump hiding? And the cover-up. Let's get to the truth.
Oh, dude, look at that. He just announced today, guys. This is the first we heard of it. But you see the timeline? September 3rd, Congress comes back. The We're Not a Hoax press conference happens, right? Thomas Massie, Ro-Khanna, a bunch of victims. Hey, remember us? We're not a hoax. This is very real. Some new victims speak up. Then victims are going before the Oversight Committee and testifying. 5 days later, on September 8th, they get that book and they get those documents. Dude, that's an insane, 1-2 punch, bro. I know Mike Johnson thought he was going to make this go away, but I'm sorry, MAGA Mike. You're going to have to dip into your porn stash there, buddy, because this shit is not going away. It is not going away, man. Dude, my fucking arm is fucked up, bro. Dude, let's go. This shit is coming out.
Reporting the Wall Street Journal about the sketch of a naked woman and an imagined dialogue between him and Jeffrey Epstein about how some things never age and may everyone be another secret. Donald Trump called that fake news and then sued the Wall Street Journal and Rupert Murdoch, I think, for $1 billion. So if the estate turns it over, that would seem to me to kind of resolve any outstanding questions. So we'll look at that anxiously. Congressman Robert Garcia, thank you very much.
Dude, that's huge. I mean, we do need to revisit that, okay? We do need to revisit it, right? Because it was a big deal, bro. Let's find it right here. Let's find a Trump quote. All right. I want to find a direct quote from him, not necessarily about the lawsuit, but where he says it's fake. Right here. He says, I never wrote a picture in my life. I don't draw pictures of women, President Trump said in an interview with the Wall Street Journal, who reported the bawdy birthday gift to Jeffrey Epstein. Okay? So he was outright denying it. Okay? You ready? I believe he actually said this book doesn't exist. All right? This is huge, guys. Oh shit. I want to find the fucking straight up denial. Oh man, dude. Dude, Donnie is getting fucking spanked. Dude, you like that James Brown picture? I like that picture, dude. Chaos, bro. Oh. Here, let me see if we can find it. V-Sneed, let's go, baby! One more. We're getting this. Okay. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Let's watch this.
Not write a letter for Jeffrey Epstein's birthday. I don't even know what they're talking about. Now, somebody could have written a letter and used my name, but that's happened a lot.
Oh, so he says he didn't know what they're talking about. He's like, they may have used his name, but he didn't do it, right? Oh, that's the story he's sticking with. Hold on, I want to find one that doesn't have fucking music, bro. I don't want to get copy struck over this shit. They're trying to squelch me. Here it is. Here it is. Let's go. All right, hold on. We're going to let the ad play. Dude, let's go, Karmic. Let's go. Yes, we got it. After this, we'll do the dance party. Oh, Lordy. All right, here we go. Ad number 2. Oh, here it is.
Letter for Jeffrey Epstein. You did not write a letter for Jeffrey Epstein's birthday. I don't even know what they're talking about. Now, somebody could have written a letter and used my name, but that's happened a lot.
Dude, can we find one that doesn't have a fucking... that doesn't have music? Like, what the fuck, bro? Come on, man.
The president is pushing back against claims tying him to a new controversy involving Jeffrey Epstein and a birthday card reported on by the Wall Street Journal. Trump is now directing the Attorney General to release grand jury testimony from the Epstein case. Meanwhile, the president is marking the signing of major legislation. Fox's Rich Edson has more now from the White House.
This is not an auto pen, by the way, which is a big scandal.
President Trump referencing a congressional Republican investigation while signing a bipartisan bill. The Genius Act passed the House in the early hours today. It regulates a type of cryptocurrency called stablecoins. The House also passed a bill rescinding $9 billion in federal funding to public media and foreign aid. After the House vote, the president wrote, quote, House approves $9 billion cuts package, including atrocious NPR and public broadcasting, where billions of dollars a year were wasted. Republicans have tried doing this for 40 years and failed, but no more. This is big. Also today, the Justice Department officially requested a federal judge unseal grand jury transcripts related to Jeffrey Epstein's 2019 indictment for sex trafficking. It's unclear if a judge will agree to the request.
Dude, no judge is going to unseal the grand jury shit. That was a waste of time.
Grand jury transcripts are
BS.
highly protected. The administration's critics say those transcripts only represent a fraction of the evidence in the Epstein case. Democratic Congressman Dan Goldman, a former federal prosecutor, wrote, "Nice try, Attorney General Bondi. What about videos, photographs, and other recordings? What about FBI 302s, witness interviews? What about texts and emails? That's where the evidence about Trump and others will be." The Justice Department request follows a report in the Wall Street Journal that a, quote, bawdy letter bearing Trump's name is included in an album from dozens of Epstein's associates to celebrate his 50th birthday in 2003. The Journal reports the letter contains several lines of typewritten text framed in the outline of a naked woman drawn in heavy marker, including an imaginary exchange between Trump and Epstein.
Drawn in heavy marker. Yeah, that sounds a lot like somebody we know, doesn't it? Doesn't it?
The president told the Journal Tuesday evening, quote, "This is not me. This is a fake thing. I never wrote a picture in my life. I don't draw pictures of women. It's not my language. It's not my words." And threatened to sue the Wall
And September 8th, that book will be in the hands of the Oversight Committee.
Street Journal, which shares ownership with Fox News. Fox News has not independently confirmed the truth of the Wall Street Journal's claims about the letter. Vice President J.D. Vance followed, posting on X, quote, "Forgive my language, but this story is complete and utter BS. The Wall Street Journal should be ashamed for publishing it."
Oh, do you see that, guys? Look at Vance's response. "Forgive my language, but this story is complete and utter BS. They should be ashamed for publishing it." Where is this letter? Would you be shocked to learn they never showed it to us before publishing it? Does anyone honestly believe this sounds like Donald Trump? And guess what? We're going to see this shit September 8th. Or, well, the Oversight Committee is going to see it. It may be a couple days before we get to see it. But isn't that funny? Oh, man, dude. I mean, the fact that it's like drawn in Sharpie, like, come on, man. We know. We know, dude. Keep J.D. Vance away from the sectional on September 8th, dude. Because he's going to be like, oh. Right? Dude, he is going to be like fucking Brooks Brothers and shit.
Is complete and utter BS. The Wall Street Journal should be ashamed for publishing it. Trump and Epstein had a falling out in 2004. Epstein was first indicted in 2006. Court filings show this afternoon President Trump did file a lawsuit over that Wall Street Journal article. Fox News has asked the White House for comment. At the White House, Rich Edson, Fox News.
Yeah, he filed a lawsuit. Oh, that's gonna sting though when that book shows up. Dude, we do love to see it. Right? We do. We love to see it, guys. We love to see it. I love nothing more than seeing Trump get railed, bro. Trump get railed, boss. Metaphorically, of course, dude. Metaphorically. Come on now, slow it down, guys. Slow it down. Although, I'll be honest, dude, I'd watch it, you know, if a couple of big Chippendales dancers like took Trump in the corner and just roughed him up, I'd watch that. I honestly would. I'd be like, oh shit, dude. He'd be crying, all fucking sweaty and shit, and they're just like treating him like a piece of meat. I'd actually watch that. It wouldn't excite me in any way, but I think I'd watch it for sheer entertainment value, right? Just to see the misery, dude. Dude, you know? Oh, Lord, bro. Let's see if we got anything in this week from We're Not a Hoax. We saw that. We saw that. There's not much new information. Inside Trump's head. All that could be interesting. Right? Michael Wolff. Oh shit. There's me, dude. Look at that. Oh Lord. Dude, we're not a hoax. Political punk. Dude, I'm in there. Oh Lord. Right in there, wedged between Rogan and fucking CNN 18. Let's go, baby. Oh Lord. Let's go. Oh shit, dude. We're out there, boss. Punk is not a hoax. Definitely not a hoax. All right. Oh, I really like this guy. I really like that fucking this dude. Dude, remember this guy? We watched him the other day. Dude, do you know what this newscaster's name is? Right? This guy is great. Dude, I love that guy. He's like really good. Dude, Big Ball's entire life is a fucking hoax. Yeah, no, I love that guy in MSNBC. Dude, let's go, Shiloh. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Let me do the dance party, and then we can look into this more. All right? I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'm going to come back. We're going to do our dance party. And then we're going to finish up. All right. Let's go, baby. Got a special tune for you guys. You ready? Here we go. BRB. Let's go. Ooh. All right, we're gonna hold it right there. Let me get dance party ready. Let's fucking go. All right, you guys ready? Dude, we're going to our favorite little Swiss fucking song. Little bit of deja vu. Let's get it. Woo! Holy shit, that's a good song, dude. Whoa. It's a good tune, bro. Gotta catch my breath. Eugene Daniels, yes, let's go. Thank you, B-Sneed. Appreciate that, boss. Dude, I love that guy, dude. Dude, let's find him on Twitter real fast. 'Cause I will drown in pain. DSA is Democratic Socialists of America. There he is. Let's go. Let's go.
Can I make something good out of this?
Work on your condition. Dude, you should be out of breath after one song, boss. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. You know what I mean? If you're a 55-year-old dude fucking dancing like a motherfucker for 5 minutes straight, you better be out of breath. Dude, did you see that tweet that I did? That it wasn't me, but dude, this tweet is funny, bro. You ready? You ready to see something hilarious? Dude, check this out. Look at this tweet. I swear to you, this guy nailed RFK Jr. Once you see this tweet and you see this statement about RFK Jr., you're never going to be able to unsee it. Okay? Can I just tell you, this guy is about to take us somewhere where you're never going to be able to look at RFK Jr. the same way again. You ready? You ready? Here it is. You ready? Here it goes. It's this one. Right here, dude. Right? I just saw someone refer to RFK Jr. as microwaved Mel Gibson, and I can't unsee it. Dude, tell me that's not the most accurate thing, dude. Microwaved Mel Gibson. You ready? Let's watch this. Oh my God. This is fucking the craziest shit, bro. Okay, we're going to do the comparison. There he is. There's RFK Jr. Oh, fuck, bro. Dude. Dude. Tell me it's not it, bro. Dude. That is absolutely it. Microwaved Mel Gibson. Oh, shit. Dude, I can't not see it, dude. I think the better picture is actually this one, right? Is we'll get the RFK Jr. with the SSRIs. Okay? Right? There was a recent video of RFK. Oh, RFK. Right? Dude, there he is. There he is. Dude, tell me. Tell me that's not microwaved Mel Gibson, bro. Dude. Oh my God, that's him, bro. Dude. Oh, I fucking love it, bro. I just absolutely love it. Dude, microwaved Mel Gibson. That is so good, bro. That is like one of the greatest things I've ever fucking seen. Right? Microwaved Mel Gibson. Dude, why do people overtan? Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? The over-tanning shit is weird because it's not even like a natural, you know, there's another one too that I retweeted, right? This one. Right? Let me see if I could find it. Oh, I retweeted it. I'll find it on my thing. But there was a guy who fucking tweeted about RFK Jr. and said, it's up here. It's the one where RFK Jr. was talking about airports and how he's like diagnosing kids' mitochondrial conditions from airports. This one, right? Yeah. Okay. So let me find this guy right here. There he is, right? And he says, the man looks like a 90-year-old baseball glove. What does he know about visual indicators? Dude, he does look like a 90-year-old baseball glove, dude. I swear that's what he looks like. Dude, fucking right. If you look at a baseball glove, dude. Oops. Right? Dude, tell me that's not it, bro. That is absolutely him, dude. Look at that shit. Look at that shit, dude. That is him, bro. That is fucking him, dude. Right? Dude. It is him. Oh, Lord, dude. Pastrami face? Dude, a microwaved Mel Gibson. Oh, that is hilarious. That shit is so funny, dude. All right. Dude, what do we got for 𝗙cie𝗶𝗃, dude? Do we have anything good on 𝗙cie𝗶𝗃? 𝗙cie𝗶𝗃? Dude, yeah, he's a weird fucking, he's got a weird dome, dude. He's got a weird head, boss. I feel like we got to catch up on 𝗙cie𝗶𝗃, dude. I mean, did you see him today? First of all, did you see today 𝗙cie𝗶𝗃 and fucking 𝗙cie𝗶𝗃 and Matt Gaetz, guys. Matt Gaetz and 𝗙cie𝗶𝗃 were hanging out today on the internet. Okay? You're not ready for this one, dude. Or maybe you are, dude. So, 𝗙cie was online here saying, look at what he said, dude. Let's find his reply. Okay? It was one of his replies. Here he is. So, right? Matt Gaetz posted, "This is the most fascinating X post of 2025. AIPAC thinks it's an attack on MTG to accuse her of sharing the squad's unwillingness to be slavishly loyal to Israel. But what this attack reveals is that AIPAC has so badly overplayed their hand that they now have real problems on the political left and right." I mean, let's be honest. They don't have problems on the political right. It's only Marjorie Taylor Greene and maybe like one or two other guys. But MTG isn't some outlier here. Support for Israel is at a historic doldrum. That's true. Support for Israel is in the shitter, as it should be, because they're fucking clowns. Okay, they should register at the foreign agents. But now, so Matt Gaetz is out here defending MTG, okay? Because AIPAC said MTG has gone full squad, which is wild. To see AIPAC attacking MTG like she's the squad. I mean, that's pretty funny, right? Because she has 0% squad, okay? Because she's just a dumb anti-Semitic bitch, right? She doesn't care about Palestinians at all, bro, right? She does not care about Palestinian lives at all. She would mow them down with a fucking giant lawnmower in 2 seconds. Okay, she just hates Jews. Okay, that's really it. Let's be honest. But like, look at 𝗙cie𝗶𝗃. Look at what Cenk said. He said AIPAC is accidentally bringing grassroots left and right together. Okay, and exposing how almost any lobby can buy our politicians. So ironically, AIPAC has done us a favor by showing how over the top corrupt our politicians are, that it exposes the entire system's systemic problem. But look at what he said. He said bringing grassroots left and right together. How the fuck is this guy calling MTG grassroots right? Right? Like, are you shitting me? He's now like grassroots left. Who is grassroots left? Is he grassroots left? I mean, by grassroots, he means polishing Charlie Kirk's MAGA knob. Like, come on, bro. Dude, the right, there's no grassroots from MTG. Dude, she's like smoking grass and has dyed roots. That's about it. You know what I'm saying? Or she's committing adultery in the grass with her dyed roots, but like she's not grassroots right. And who the fuck is grassroots left? It ain't Cenk-Uyghur, right? Accidentally bringing them together. But now it gets better, guys, because check this out, okay? It does get better. Because let's look at the quotes, bro. Look at this. Matt Gaetz, Cenk is correct. So Matt Gaetz is like, now him and Cenk-Uyghur are like patting each other on the back. Okay, dude, Cenk-Uyghur has found his friend in 𝗲𝗡𝗅𝗍 McForehead, right? Who funds TYT? Currently, it's Chapter. It's a Peter Thiel, Vivek Ramaswamy, and J.D. Vance. Those three are funding, right? Peter Thiel, J.D. Vance, and Vivek Ramaswamy's company is currently funding TYT. But isn't this crazy, dude? Dude, Cenk is correct. And this person said, I knew the woke right and woke left were two wings of the same vampire. I don't even know what that means. Woke right? Dude, who the fuck? What is a woke right? What does that even mean, dude? They used to be grassroots. What, TYT used to be grassroots? Yeah, no, there was a time when TYT was grassroots. In probably in the Bernie days, and when their fans were paying for their studio, right? Absolutely. I'll give you that they were grassroots. But then Bernie lost. Cenk got fired. Like Cenk got fired from MSNBC. Bernie lost. Then Bernie withdrew his endorsement of Cenk-Uyghur over the fucking misogyny scandal. Cenk busted a union while he was running for Congress. Dude, what else did Cenk do? Like, my God. I mean, think about that, guys. He fucking gets booted from MSNBC and can never live it down. He fires like all the good talent and somehow like extinguishes all goodwill with every talented woman that ever worked for TYT, to the point of where they're like, you're a bitch, right? He fucking runs for Congress, has a miserable showing, doesn't even campaign. He fucking busts a union during his run for Congress. Dude, he's running for Congress as a progressive while simultaneously union busting. Then he is such a fuck up with his incel blogs that Bernie Sanders, his idol, pulls his endorsement of him, right? I mean, dude, that had to be heartbreaking, dude. You ready? I mean, this is a big one. This is like, talk about like, right? Look at this, dude. This is brutal. Bernie Sanders retracts Cenk-Uyghur endorsement after backlash. Dude, Sanders had come under fire from supporters for backing someone who had made demeaning and controversial comments about women, Muslims, and African Americans. Dude, Bernie was his idol, guys. His fucking idol, bro. Like, think about that. Cenk-Uyghur never recovered from that. His idol pulled the retraction. Like, that's rough, dude. That, to me, that probably hurt him more than the union busting. I don't think he cared about the union busting, but to have the only guy in politics that he really loved, the guy that he hitched his entire star to, fucking retracted his endorsement. You know? Like, dude, I think that ended him. If you look at this, this was December of 2019. I feel like this ended Cenk-Uyghur. That was the official end. If you were to look at the timeline of when Cenk-Uyghur officially ended, I think that's it. December 14th, 2019. Dearly departed, we are gathered here today to say goodbye to a grassroots progressive. Oh, shit. Oh, Shanky. Dude, oh, we're crying in the casket. Right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, at this point, we're talking about, like, let me just show you guys. We are talking about this, boss. You know, right there, dude. That's what it is, bro. Right? There it is. That was the end right there, dude. Bye-bye, Shanky. Bye-bye, 𝗙𝗪𝗓𝗧. Dude, just the absolute end right there, dude. Right? Yeah. And then Polymarket was not far behind, right? You stop watching when they kept bashing Biden? Yeah. I mean, I don't think they've ever officially ended the Biden bashing. I think that's still happening. But, like, to me, this feels like the minute the roller coaster started going downhill and there was never a come up, right? This was the fucking when Shanky's heart got broken in a way that it was never going to recover from. Dude, after controversial comments about women, Muslims, and African Americans, which is hard with the Muslims because, I mean, Cenk-Uyghur, whenever he's trying to be oppressed, he normally goes to he's a Muslim, right? You have empathy, love, and acceptance in your heart. Yeah, see, I don't want to confuse you. I don't hate Cenk-Uyghur. I don't hate him. I just feel like I need to mitigate the damage he causes because he causes a lot of damage. And so I feel like it's my personal job is to repair the damage that him and Anna cause, because they cause a lot of damage. They really do. You know, they really, really do. You know, or they did in 2024. They're not doing it anymore. You know, and I think really too, I don't think Cenk-Uyghur is a bad guy, right? I don't think he's like unequivocally like a terrible person like Donald Trump is. I don't think he's a good guy, but I don't think he's like nasty to the core like Donald Trump. But what I do think is he's corrupt. You know what I'm saying? He is very corrupt, right? He would sell you out for a fucking six-pack. You know what I'm saying? You weren't bashing me? Oh, that's okay. I didn't think you were bashing me. I was just feeding on what you were saying, right? Cause you know, he's very corrupt. You know, he would sell you out for a fucking 12-pack of fucking Zima, bro. He would if it got him a little bit of power. But good for you though, woke grandma. I don't want you to have hate in your heart, right? I don't. I just sometimes see shit in chat and then I personally spin it for whatever I'm talking about, even though it has nothing to do with me, right? Because I realize sometimes with you guys, just so you know, guys, I realize this, and I hope you guys realize this about our interactions, is sometimes you guys are talking to each other in chat, and you're not talking to me at all, but I will see what you're talking about and then apply it to whatever I'm talking about as though we're in conversation. And so sometimes some weird shit happens in the chat where you're not even talking, you're having a completely different conversation. But I'm like, oh, by the way, this thing you just said, let me apply it to how I'm talking. I think that happens a lot, especially with me, because I'm a little bit scattered. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes, but if I see it and it applies to my train of thought, I'm going to co-opt it and we're going to be off to the races. So a lot of times you might think I'm taking what you're saying personally, but I guarantee many times I'm not. Sometimes I might be, but a lot of times I'm just riffing off your stuff because I fucking grab whatever. I'm off to the races with my fucking ramblings. But dude, Cenk and Matt Gates sitting in a tree. Kissing. Gates is a rapist. Cenk is corrupt. they're going to get together and fuck shit up, right? Dude, what are we doing? Dude, Cenk-Ana, he's like, you know, like, I don't know. To me, this though, you ready? Here's my beef, okay? If I'm going to distill my beef with Cenk-Uygur is like, Cenk-Uygur could find a lot of people. He could find a lot of people to get out there and bash AIPAC with, right? You know what I'm saying? If you like, there are people out there that bash AIPAC every day. Mike Figueredo. I mean, Matt Binder, fucking Emma, Sam Cedar, Franny. I mean, like Kyle Kulinski, like throw a dart into a pile of leftists and you are guaranteed to stick it into a leftist that hates AIPAC and is railing against them. But who does he fucking reply to? Who does he reply to? He replies to Matt Gaetz? Like, really? Rapey McForehead? Like, come on, bro. You know what I mean? Come on, bro. Dude, what are we doing? No, I read your shit. I read that you do hate Donald Trump. Wasn't that your shit? You had no hate in your heart, but you do hate Donald Trump, don't you? I think that was it, wasn't it, woke grandma? If I remember right, that's your thing. No hate other than for Trump, his administration, and all racist. I read that. Oh, yeah. No, I read that shit. I was just queuing in, though, on fucking Cenk-Uygur, right? Because Cenk-Uygur was our subject. I saw that. I know who you hate. Dude, we're all going to be fucking pissing on his grave. Come on. Let's be real, dude. Dude, I literally am going to go wherever Trump's grave is when that man is in a pine box. I'm going to go and urinate. I might even defecate on his grave. I might take a shit. I might film myself taking a shit on his grave. Come on. Let's be real, dude. The Trump dump. Dude, the Trump dump. But this, though, dude, this shit is real problematic for me, man. Like, of all the people that Cenk-Uygur decides, right? All the people that Cenk-Uygur decides to go and commiserate with about how bad AIPAC is. And I'm not going to fault him because AIPAC is bad. Let's go. Of course he is. But he's going to go to Matt Gaetz. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck is that? You know? Dude. Craziness. Craziness. Dude. Rust and piss. Let's go. Oh, shit, boss. Dude, this shit, though. Dude, this shit is crazy, man. You think they set Matt Gaetz up to fail? Well, I'll be honest with you guys. I think originally Trump was going to make Matt Gaetz the AG because he knew that he had so much dirt on Matt Gaetz with the child fucking essay that Matt Gaetz would literally eat a box of nails for Trump. Okay? I mean, he was owned, right? But then also it was like, you know, it didn't play out that way because there was just no way it was going to happen. His own sex shit came out, but that was literally it. I mean, owned. I mean, Pam Bondi is owned too, but like Matt Gaetz would have been owned and recklessly aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Like recklessly aggressive. And I think Trump was also like, let's see if I could pull this off. Because if he pulled that off, he would have like, it would have been like having his own personal like assassinator, right? Plan to push a few dangerous people through. See, that too, Rachel, I think you might be onto something there because by nominating Matt Gaetz, like he was the one guy that was going to be the sacrificial lamb, but it made RFK Jr. look almost sane, right? It made everybody else look like sane by comparison too. Yeah, that's true. Very good point. Very good point. Right, dude, Doctor Who fan, let's go, baby. We have a couple new members tonight. Thank you, guys. But man, dude, this shit is wild, dude. Just wild, wild stuff, dude. Oh, shit. They're all Russian assets. Dude, something's going on. Something's going on with Russia and something's going on with Israel. You know, both of them are deeply connected to this shit. And they were connected back in that day too, because, you know, we know there's a lot of rumors about Israel and Mossad and Epstein. I mean, dude, what about that Israeli guy that just bounced, that got caught showing up to meet a 15-year-old that he thought with a condom? He's seeing a convention in Vegas, gets caught in a sting. They let him out. He's not even a diplomat. He's just a fucking guy who works for the government in cybersecurity. They let him out on $10,000 bail, and he's on a plane immediately and back to Israel. Like, no fucking way, guys. No fucking way, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, something's going on with Israel and this shit. And then the Russians, and what's crazy about it is if you go back to that real estate deal, like, let me just show you the Trump, okay, this house, okay, this house, dude, if we go back to this house, okay, this was the house, guys, all right, let's just go to the Post article, okay, so they're buddies, but it was this house, Maison de Tre, or Diamante, right? The Maison, I don't know how to fucking pronounce it, right? Maison de l'Amite, whatever. This fucking beachfront property, okay? Epstein was going to buy this. $36 million, okay? Epstein was going to buy this. It would have been bigger than Mar-a-Lago. Trump was like, whoa, wait a second. Epstein's going to fucking buy out Mar-a-Lago? Okay, 2006, Trump goes behind Epstein's back, buys this with $40 million. Epstein was like, wait a second, Trump doesn't have $40 million. Trump doesn't even have access to $40 million. How he's buying this shit? Epstein sniffing around, discovers fucking 𝗙𝗵𝗹𝗀, right? A Russian oligarch that fucking somehow Trump gets the money from this Russian, buys this shit, scams Epstein, buys it, and then 2 years later sells it for $95 million to the same people who helped him buy it. Epstein was like, say what? What the fuck is going on? There's the Russians and Trump and Epstein and fucking, you know, Israeli intelligence, Robert Maxwell. People are dying and shit. Like, what the fuck is going on? Then Epstein's dead. Then Jean-Luc Brunel, Epstein's modeling agency partner, is dead. You know, dude, some shit is fucking rotten, bro. This shit is rotten, okay? It is, dude. This shit is rotten, dude. Some serious shit went down with the Russians and the Israeli fucking intelligence / government, Trump's buddies, Epstein. I don't know, dude. There's some kind of weird shit going on with them. I don't know what it is, but there is a fucking parallelogram that goes Donald Trump, Jeffrey Epstein, Israeli intelligence, and Russian oligarch. And that shit is like, they're all in bed with each other. Dude, I don't know how it connects, but that shit is crazy, right? But that's it, man. You know what I'm saying? You're not anti-Semitic, you're anti-Zionist. Yeah, I'm not like anti anything, but I fucking Netanyahu's government, they're war criminals, and so is Donald Trump. Okay? And like, you know, I'll give you that, bro. I don't really know enough about like Zionism, or I don't even know what that shit is. I'm anti-genocidal maniacs and war criminals, 100%. I'm leery of the term anti-Zionism, and I'll tell you why. It's like, this is my own personal thing. I have just been seeing really anti-Semitic people like Jake Shields and some of these other Nick Fuentes people. And what I'm seeing, though, is I am seeing anti-Semitic people adopt the anti-Zionist thing as a way of being anti-Semitic and like having a crowd of legitimate people attached to their shit. So I think we should just like remove some of that terminology about like the Zionism and the, you know what I mean? It's like once you start like attaching these nationalized terms to movements, I think it gets really weird, man. When in fact it's like imperialism, right? I'm anti-imperialism, whether it's American imperialism or Russian imperialism or Benjamin Netanyahu's imperialism. But the fact that there's a imperialist, like there's an imperialism that's specifically attached to Israel / the Jewish people, that freaks me out a little bit. It does. Because I think it should just be like anti-imperialism. I don't think we need to specify like the Netanyahu imperialism versus the American imperialism versus the Putin imperialism. I think imperialism in general is just bad. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's being executed by Netanyahu or whomever. But I feel like the Zionism is starting to get co-opted by the anti-Semitic people too, man. You know what I mean? The Zionists are fascists. Yeah, but like, why can't you just call them fascists? Why do you have to call them Zionists? Zionists are like the like Israeli fascists, which is like tying it to the anti-Semitic shit. Like why is there a specific type of fascist that applies just to the Israeli fascists, right? Like, you know, there's not a term for Mussolini, who was an Italian fascist. There's not a term for the fascism executed by Vladimir Putin, who's a Russian fascist. But when there's like a Jewish / Israeli fascist, there's a whole term for it. And I think that to me is a little weird, you know? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Dude, we're going to just send that guy packing. I haven't even seen his post, but he's gone. So I'm just leery of that, guys. I'm not saying that, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that I'm not trying to defend Zionism. I'm just saying, like, why do we have to, the fact that there's a specific term for the imperialism and right, that to me gives me a weird feeling, right? You know what I'm saying? It's like, it feels like it's an offshoot of the same anti-Semitic shit where they have their own specific fascism that gets tagged, right? You know? And with the divisions between the Jewish people and the fascist movement within their division. I mean, I get it, dude. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, I'm not even saying that I'm not even saying that, like, I'm not saying that it doesn't exist, right? I have no doubt that the Zionist movement exists, and it is actually a thing. Like I'm not denying it. It exists, and it's real. But the fact that we live in a world that is already, like, super anti-Semitic, and then we're carrying on by having this specific brand of nationalist fascism related, I don't know, to me, that shit is just hard for me. I don't like it because I feel like the anti-Jewish people and the Nazi people glom onto that anti-Zionist movement, and it gives them a cover for their darkness. And so I just think, like, if we don't have, if the Russian imperialism doesn't have its own name, and the Italian imperialism didn't have its own name, and the fucking American imperialism doesn't have its own name, it just gives me the creeps, personally, like me, I don't like it. There's like, I don't know, there's something about it that just feels weird. And it's like, dude, I'm starting to notice those Jake Shields. Like, do you know Jake Shields? Like, I don't like that Jake Shields guy. And he's really like fucking anti-Semitic. And they're starting to like see like, oh, we can glom onto this thing. Nazism used to be okay. Dude, yeah, it sucks, bro. You know what I mean? And like, so I feel like we got to be careful. While you're stomping out the Zionists, you got to be careful that you're not also feeding a movement that is really not anti-Zionist, okay? That's the thing. Just be careful with that term and with that movement is all I ask, okay? Because I know it's a movement like MAGA, but it's a movement that other people that are more anti-Jewish than simply anti-Zionist are like hiding in the anti-Zionist movement as well. So you gotta just be careful a little bit. That's all I ask. Just be careful with that term. Because I've been seeing people use it in a way that's like, that is like there's people trying to feed off of it. You know what I mean? And so it's like, there's weird shit. I don't know what it is. There's just a lot of weird shit about that stuff. Not nearly enough people even understand what it actually means. I think that's a problem too, and I'm just real careful with that term because there's something about it that feels murky to me, when it's like, I just wonder why is there a specific fascism, but I guess if I understand it right, it's like a fascism that is supporting a type of Israeli government that is fed by the United States Christians, but that ultimately is about like, a Abrahamic religion, fucking old school power taking in the entire Middle East, right? That's gonna stomp out all of the Muslims. I don't know, man. I don't even really understand what it is deeply. I don't. And maybe I need to do some more research, but I'm just not, I don't know, that term has been creeping me out because I feel like, the same way that we have racism in America, but they stop sort of being outright racism, but they'll talk about Chicago or they'll talk about Baltimore and they start using these other terms to mean racist shit. I just feel like the Zionist term is getting used by some really shitty people too. You know what I mean? And I don't know, man. It's freaking me out. I think I just need to do a lot of more research on it. I just feel like fascism and imperialism are fascism and imperialism, and we should just attach them to the people responsible for it and not have to attach them to like nationalist, religious, or fucking racial or fucking regional specificity. It has something to do with the end days. Dude, that creeps me out too, man. I think all the Abrahamic religions, I wish we could take all of them and just fucking kablooey all of them, You know what I'm saying? Like all of those Abrahamic religions, like, dude, man, they're all like, they are all gonna fucking burn this planet to the ground, dude. Flush, yes. Dude, let's hear it. All right, but on that note, though, guys, 2 a.m., baby. I'm going to go make some videos. You know what I do? At 2 a.m., I start turning into a vampire. So I got to do it, dude. I got to go make vids or I'll never get any sleep. And then I'll look like RFK Jr., like a microwaved fucking, dude, microwaved fucking Dude, yeah, tax the churches. But you know, guys, did you see what Kristi Noem did? Dude, I'm going to end on this because tax the churches, yeah, but you see what Trump's doing? Look at this shit, dude. You see this? Look at this. This, not only are we not taxing the churches, but DHS is taking $110 million from FEMA, and instead of the government parsing out FEMA's money to the communities hit, they are giving it to faith-based organizations. They're giving FEMA money to churches. And you don't know how much of that's ever going to go to the people. They're feeding the fucking evangelicals, guys. Isn't that crazy? DHS is awarding $110 million to more than 600 faith-based organizations and nonprofits across the U.S. in the face of violent criminals and radical organizations intent on hurting American communities. The Trump administration is helping houses of worship, religious schools, and community centers to harden their defenses against attacks and protect themselves. This money administered through FEMA, through their nonprofit security grant program, may be used on security enhancements like cameras, warning and alert system, gates and lighting, access control systems, and training programs for staff, or anything the churches want to do. They're feeding FEMA money and giving it to churches. Dude, isn't that crazy? Not only are they not taxing the churches, they're literally funding the churches. $110 million from FEMA right into their Christian-approved churches. Dude, this is crazy. And you know this is going to fund, like, all of their religious anti-trans, anti-LGBTQ, anti-Democrat, anti-Democrat, whatever, or their favorite, like, church people. This is fucking dangerous, guys. This is like taking our taxpayer money, huge amounts of it, and funneling it right into their favorite church fucking people. Like, that shit, bro. That shit's crazy. You know what I mean? That shit is nuts. And they were going to fund, Alligator Alcatraz with FEMA, right? Which is Alligator Alcatraz was just funding like Ron DeSantis and Florida on Florida's fucking fascist network, right? Pump that FEMA money into whatever detention centers, AKA whomever supports their fascist shit. And now they're giving it straight to churches, bro. Dude, that's dangerous, guys. That's religious fucking, I don't know, that's religious civil war shit, dude. That's not good, right? And they're going to use shit like the, a church shooting to like fund this shit. Churches, and next thing you know, Proud Boys are going to be getting FEMA money and Patriot Front. This is absolutely the Heritage Foundation at work, dude. This shit is crazy. And like, man, I don't know. Not good, guys. But all right, you ready? It's time to fucking... So think me feeling like an angel. I don't know, man. Dude, let's go. Hey, thank you, dude. Dude, if you can unplug for the holiday, by all means, do it. Enjoy that holiday. I'll be back tomorrow, continuing the fight against these crystal fascist motherfuckers. Robin, those of you guys, if you have shit about Zionism, put it in the Discord, okay? It's in the, educate me. Give me some shit to learn about it. I want to learn about it, all right? I do. I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love with everything. I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love with everything but me. Let's go, baby! Oh shit! That's crazy! I love it! Thank you, Gen X. That sounds accurate. I believe it. Dude, you know what I mean? Which is always, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? They always come as a match set, fucking 173. Right? I'm in love. Let's go! I'll see you guys tomorrow!
It's over. Do you